Hey y'all, welcome to my channel, Simple Southern Saving. In today's video, I am going to be doing a cashless cash stuffing. So, I've never gone cashless before, but between what I'm filming now, which is 1 o'clock in the afternoon, and what I filmed early this morning around 7 or 8, we've had some unexpected things arise. So I need to go cashless instead of running to the bank. Basically, if you watched my budget with me, you would have seen me fill this out. This was just a few hours ago. I intended to run to my bank and pull out $235 to cash stuff. But when I got in my car, I had mentioned in the previous video that I was going to do a grocery pickup order and spend around $125 and pull the rest. I placed my order. I intended to go to the bank, and when I got in the car with my daughter and we went to leave our neighborhood, before we made it out of our neighborhood, my check engine light on my car came on. I did not feel safe driving with my check engine light on because it's me and my young child who's not even 2. Luckily, I live within 5 minutes of my parents, and I was able to call my mom, and she was able to come and pick us up and drive us so that we could still get our groceries. She offered to take me to the bank, but with unknowing if I'm going to have a car or not, I would rather keep the money in our bank account. So I'm going to try cashless for this pay period. If you have ever done this, please leave me tips and comments. We have not done this since starting our budgeting journey. So let's just get into it. All of these ticks were to show what was staying in our bank account. Everything's staying in. So I'm going to move this to the side, use it as my reference. To start, I'm going to write my categories above. So we're going to put our categories above, and I could have cut these out, but since I'm not really going to be going places, I can just leave it on this one sheet and reference it at home and update it here. So today is March 14th. Happy Pie Day. If you enjoy pie, I did not remember to get any in my groceries, so we will not be having any unless my husband thought about it and picked something up from the store on his way home from work. But I did not pick any up. So my husband will have $140 for gas. I am going to be getting $50, although if my car has to go into the shop, my car will need to get taken somewhere. I would like to get that checked, but I don't know how long it could be out. This may not even be spent. I'm currently at 3/4 of a tank. I don't know when I will or will not have a car. I don't know. I just, the unknown. So this may not be spent, but we will still count it as my gas money for if my car is an easy fix. If it's nothing, we'll have it. Groceries. I'm going to have to do some math in just a moment. Or I think I wrote down on my Post-it, but I will update this. So we started with $250, but we spent, I did check before I film with my cell phone, so I know I wouldn't have it. I, this morning, spent $117.66 on our groceries. So let's see what my remaining is. I have $132.34 left for groceries, but because my car may or may not need parts repairs, I don't know. anything. I'm hoping that we won't touch this. We have some food. I spent $117 on food. We have food here now. We already had some leftover stuff. We don't necessarily have, I bought a few fresh things in this grocery order, and I try to kind of like just get those here and there throughout the pay period because they can go bad and you don't want to waste anything. I may just limit. We have some canned goods in our cabinet, and instead of having fresh, we may go more the canned route and just be able to save this money. So I'm just sharing. Real life is happening. This is just me sharing kind of our journey, and you're getting the real life look truly day in the life of how this is going. Okay, so our next categories would be household, but it had $10, and with this order, we needed trash bags, and I spent $8.99. I would have $1.01 left. I would rather not track that. It's not going anywhere, so we're going to ignore this. Miscellaneous is going to be tracked, and hopefully not touched. We will do Tiny Human, which is my daughter's category for diapers and wipes. And then I'm not even going to track lawn care because that was just $10. And since I'm probably not going to need gas, I'm going to, we'll just write it like this. We're going to just, let's take it out of here if we need anything for the mower. My husband can use money from mine, and that way we're not tracking it. We're not having to worry about that. That's just $10 that can stay saved in our bank account. I hope this is making sense because I'm winging it, y'all. I've never done this. I've never gone without pulling out the physical cash and stuffing it and having a true plan. I hope that this works. It's a little bit more uncomfortable for me. I do prefer physical cash that I can see, that I'm not accidentally overspending or mixing between categories. But this is just for one pay period, and we're going to make it work. So, just sharing it with y'all. Miscellaneous is getting $20. And Tiny Human is getting $20. And these categories, Tiny Human, actually, we have 20 or 25 in this binder. But I want to make sure and note it just this amount of what's in the bank account on here, so that when we do go and pull cash at some point, this should not be spent. So hopefully for my next cash stuffing, I can look at these and be like, oh, this is what's left, and pull it to go in addition to whatever we're doing that day. It may just look like a little bit of a heavier cash stuffing for certain categories. Not that there were many, so maybe it would just be the $20 for Tiny Human. I don't know, y'all. I'm just going with it. So that's really all I have for my cashless cash stuffing. Is this is how we're going to have to do it. This is how I'm having to track it and track my spending in the next 2 weeks. If you did not watch my budget with me, I was talking in that video about how my husband is actually changing jobs. Today is March 14th. It is Thursday. Yesterday, my husband put in his 2 weeks notice at his current job, and he is going to be starting a new job in the coming weeks. I don't know their pay schedule. There's a lot of unknowns, which is kind of exciting and scary because this job does come with a pay increase, and we are a low income family. We need a pay increase, but we also are going to potentially have a few weeks of living off our savings. And in my last video, I talked about this, but if you didn't watch, I'm just going to go ahead and reshare. We have been blowing through our savings. Exactly a month ago, on February 14th, we had to have our septic system pumped, and that was $300. And then a few weeks ago, my husband he needed to get his tires rotated, and when he took his car, which he does have a commute to work, he drives about 35 minutes there and back each day, so a little over an hour total, and that takes some wear and tear on a car. His front tires needed replaced. Since he was there, I went ahead and met him. I actually needed to get my tire sensors replaced on my car. So that in total was about $800 between both cars. That came from our savings as well. And then today is Thursday. On Monday, maybe Tuesday of this week, I'm trying to remember, our hot water heater has been acting up. Fortunately, we did not have to completely replace our hot water heater, but it did need serviced and have parts repaired. So that was $475 that we had to pay towards that. So we've been taking some hits lately. Our savings is dwindling. We need our savings as we are about to go through potentially a time of a pay gap between when his last pay of his current job and the pay of his next job would begin. We don't know what that's going to look like. And now my car's check engine light is on and it needs to get serviced. So if you are the praying type, we would really appreciate prayers right now. It's just real life. This is how it goes. We know there's seasons of hardship. It could be a lot worse, but this is honestly what it looks like for us. And I'm excited for when his job sets in and we're able to have consistent income. I love having this YouTube channel for accountability, to just post and share what we're spending, how we're spending. We did empty, aside from the only money in our binders at this moment is I have $25 set aside for my daughter's diapers and wipes, and I have $25 set aside for my husband's next haircut, which he does need to get before starting his new job. Outside of that, we completely emptied our cash binders because we wanted to bulk up our account, like our savings account, knowing there will be a time where we can cash stuff our binders again, and I look forward to that. But until then, I know we need to be setting aside money and be ready. So I hope this helps in some way to show how we're kind of handling a weird situation that just came up between my budget with me and this cashless cash stuffing. Yeah, if you have any advice, give it, and I hope this helped you in some way. I appreciate all of y'all being here so very much, and I will see y'all next time. Bye, y'all.